getting ready to go out on a little hunt this morning at our local women's shelter, Goodwill, and other thrift shops in our little town. I don't know if I've shared how the piles less travel got accumulated here at the hoardermart Institute, but for those beginning to go out into garage selling, flea marketing, and being into the picker world, I wanted to share some thoughts and opinions that might be helpful. After about 50 years, am not the sharpest tool in the tool shed of picking or garage selling because there is just so many items, so much knowledge to acquire. But as in college, I do homework, and with those homework, I have over the years found some books that have been very helpful for me. And I thought I might suggest if you see them, look for them and get them also. The ones I'm going to share with you today are outdated but continue to have a world of information. You can find these new at bookstores, Amazon.com, various places. But also, as you go through your journeys, you may see them at garage sales, thrift stores, whatever, relatively inexpensive. They may be outdated and the pricing may be a little off, but the information of the vast array is certainly included in these and a world of knowledge. The first one that I have found helpful, and again, there's several different volumes, they come out just basically yearly, is the Antiques and Collectibles Price Guide. Again, there's two or three different people that make these. They continue in these a large diversity. In this edition, there's over 1,500 photos, more than 900 pages, and over 65,000 items described in detail and priced. At the time, it was the most complete and authoritative price guide on antiques and collectibles in print. These books go through pottery, glassware, textiles, games, toys, advertisements, just about every array of category in the world that's out there that's collectible. And again, the information continues to be very good in looking at and determining periods and what is and what isn't, because collectibles tend to hold their prices over time. Fortunately for me, when I got into it, my mother and my aunts, again, were avid, and I was the official carrier to the car. When I got my driver's license, I was the official driver. Fortunately, they began to get into things that were collectible to them at that time: pottery, glassware, old games. It wasn't just trash and garbage. They were into competing to find something of value, and their price references back then were various antique stores, which they would go into, look around, and see something, and oh, the joy of something they had found for a nickel might be $5 or $10 in the antique store. So that motivated them, and they learned from looking around them. Back then, there wasn't Google, there wasn't eBay. And as we've discussed and others have, eBay is a good place for pricing references quickly. But as others have noted, go to the completed listing. Those are the things that actually sold and the price is of. And again, with eBay, there's seasonal and different things that may change, but it is a good source. These reference and textbooks give a little bit more knowledge, descriptions of. The next book that I find very helpful is this book, Dictionary of Marks, Pottery and Porcelain. It is a classic in its field. The Dictionary of Marks is a comprehensive guide to more than 5,000 American and European pottery and porcelain marks. It shows at a glance the geographical location of the plant, family name, manufacturer's name, type of ware, color of mark, and the date the mark was used. And again, it just is page after page after page of markings. What I find helpful about this, for example, with Frankoma, probably can't see this, but the dating, as you know, if you know about Frankoma, the small block letters and the coloration, the lighter the sand was the older Frankoma. As time has progressed, they now have these kind of markings, so you can distinguish more the time period, the older from the new, and these book of markings allow you to have some information on that. There are other books specific, and I love Frank Oma. These books focus pretty much on one type, and they have descriptions, they have prices. Again, very, very helpful. It tells the age periods and the progression of. Another thing in seeking out knowledge for me that has been helpful is old magazines. This railroad magazine was published in the 40s and gives lots of articles, lots of information from that time period, and it has photos of different things. So it allows you, if you see some oddity that you're not sure of, you may have seen it in one of these specific guides. Railroad collectibles are very lucrative and can be very profitable, as so many other realms. But looking at magazines and things from different time periods certainly, I think, allows us to have more knowledge. And they're just books that you can thumb through, like this, the Wartime Scrapbook from 1939 to 1945. It also is filled with pictures of the time period, posters, military ads, houseware, just an array of things that give you an idea of what was from that time period. I, after all these years, am lacking of knowledge and still do my homework. These reference books I find valuable. I wanted to share those thoughts and opinions with you. Spend some time to study. It's very, very nice to look and read, as it is in the academia world, and find some answers to those questions we have. Don't get discouraged. You're never going to know it all. Probably. I certainly don't. But the reference books and the guides help, along with sharing thoughts and opinions with others. Hopefully, we won't be the weakest link in sharing our information and continuing to learn more of the specialized field we're in and benefit from those paths less traveled.